Hello guys, it's Hybrid here. So in today's video I'll be comparing the Samsung M21 with the Samsung M31 and the Redmi Note 8 Pro. So all these phones are under 300 euros. These two are under 250 here in Germany. This one is 270. So this in this video, I will do a battery life test because these ones have 6000 milliampere and this one is 4500. So battery life test and specs comparison and performance comparison. So you can judge by yourself which one you should buy. So if you are interested, please watch the video till the end. It might get a little bit long because I will try to keep it fast. But this is what I'm gonna be talking about in this video. I will not be doing camera comparison because, to be honest, these are low-level phones, and most of the camera these days, it's software based. Like it doesn't matter which camera do you have, because I have like the Nexus 5X. It's 5-6 years old and still makes very good pictures, only because of the Google camera app, which use AI to optimize the picture. So now about the specs. These two have Exynos 9611. Both of them, they have the same chipset. The only difference is this one is 4 GB of RAM. This one is 6 GB of RAM. I know in Germany. In other countries, like in India, they are available in more RAM and more internal storage. Both of them here have 64 GB of internal storage. They both of them they use UFS 2.1. All of these ones, they use the same internal memory technology, which is faster than EMC. So first, the differences between the two Samsungs, and then both of them compared to the Xiaomi Redmi Note 8 Pro. So now it's mid 2020. I broke the display the display of my Note 9. The replacement would cost me 250 euros. I was very upset about it, and I was looking for an alternative if I could buy a phone with that amount of money. And to be honest, I've never tried an entry-level phone. Most of the time I had a mid-range or a flagship phone, and I consider these two as an entry-level phone. So since I'm gonna be using the phone mostly for work, and 6000 milliampere of battery was very interesting, so I wanted to try them. So the difference between the M21 and M31: here 6 GB of RAM, here 4. Here with a macro 5 megapixel macro camera, here you don't have the macro camera. The camera for me is not, everything else is the same. The camera for me is not a big deal because, yeah, I don't know, man. If I wanna like really do pictures all the time with my phone, I would buy a better phone. That's it. So both of them, the other specs, they are all the same. They have the Super AMOLED display and all of that, and 6000 milliampere. This one is the Redmi Note Pro. Has better specs because it has 6 GB of internal storage, of RAM, and 128 GB of internal storage. So it has like double the internal storage capacity of those two. I know in India these phones are available in 128 GB internal storage version, but here in Germany it's not. So this is the first difference. The other one is the display. This one uses an LCD. To be honest, the Super AMOLED is a lot better. The brightness, the color vivid, and everything, you know, Super AMOLED is a lot better. So if this is a big deal for you, you maybe should consider look at this one as live feed, live background. It looks very, very nice. Of course, you can do the same with that one, but it will not like look as beautiful as on the Samsung, as on a Super AMOLED. So how now to the comparison. Just a minute, I'm gonna open the 3D Mark. I'm using the 3D Mark application. Here, 1, 2. And I will be running it all here also. So, where is it? 3D Mark. Before we start, yes, allow, skip, download. Maybe I should pause it. Okay, let me kill the app and start it again. We need to wait for this one here, and we need to make sure that close all, that no other apps are running in the background. Here, no other apps are running in the background. Here, neither. Okay. Okay, so closing everything. So I will be running the 3D Mark benchmark application on both of those phones live. 3D Mark here, 3D Mark here, and let's see, come on man, 3D Mark here. So this one has 6 GB, this one too, this one has 4 GB. These two have the same. I'm not sure, maybe I should lower the volume. Yeah, it would be better if I lower the volume. So I can talk about the phones while the benchmark is running. Between these two, I have never noticed any difference in the performance because they have the same chipset. Like the extra 2 GB, they gave me no extra performance on this phone. Like regarding switching between apps and scrolling and stuff like that. The only problem I had with this phone was that it's like you will notice some lag, you know, while scrolling, for example. It wasn't that smooth. All three phones have Android 10, and the latest version of these ones have One UI, the One UI of Samsung, the latest version, and this one has the MIUI 11, also updated in June or end of May. So all of those phones, they are on the latest update. At the end of this benchmark, you will see, of course, the results. Some Antutu or 3D Mark might favor a certain chipset than the other one, but eventually, like if the difference more than 5%, then it's a very big difference, you know? Like if the difference between the phones is between 5%, so you will not notice a very big difference. But if it's more than that, like 10 or above than that, then even if the benchmark result is biased to a phone than another, this big difference would tell something. So, regarding the battery life, these two have 6,000 milliampere battery. This one has 4,500. So what I did was I turned on Bluetooth, GPS, Wi-Fi. The SIM card was in a 3G mode, standby 3G standby mode. Brightness 50%, and speaker loudness was 50% on all of them. And I played YouTube Live. I charged the phones for till 100%, and I played YouTube Live music, jazz music or something, the whole time until the battery went to zero. So these two phones, the Samsung ones, they gave me 19 hours, 19 continuous hours of on-display time. That was amazing. The big surprise to me was that the Xiaomi gave me 16 hours. So the difference between those two was only 3 hours, even though this phone has 1500 milliampere more battery. So the Xiaomi, even though it has a less battery capacity, it was only 3 hours screen on time less. So that was a very big surprise for me. What I want to say also, since I've been using the Note 9S, I was used to the One UI 2 from Samsung. To be honest, I found it like more fluent, more elegant than the Xiaomi. At the Xiaomi, I had to do lots of the settings and changing and putting the app drawer, for example, and changing stuff. So the One UI is better polished, if I might say. The MIUI 11, it needs, I don't know, it's like you would notice, it's not at the same high level, not that well polished like the Samsung. But you can tweak it, you can change some of the settings and stuff like that, so you can also make the same experience on the Xiaomi MIUI as the One UI on the Samsung. So the difference is not that big. You can deactivate most of the things here. If you are considering using the phone for work, checking emails, internet, maybe Facebook or TikTok or Instagram, these phones are ideal for that. If you want a game like entry-level games, Candy Crush or stuff like that, they are also perfect for that. If you want to play PUBG or 3D games, they are intensive. Let's be honest, these phones, they are not made for that. So buy maybe a phone in a 300 or 300 euro or dollar range. You will not torture your phone. So if display is very important for you, the Samsung are better regarding the display. If the Super AMOLED is okay, I found the display to be very crisp. The resolution is also the same. All the phones, they use the same resolution. What else? The big differences. I would say UI and display, these are main differences. I have had a little bit of network issues on the Xiaomi Redmi Note. When I turn on Bluetooth, for example, my network connection drops and then reconnects or something like that. I guess they will repair that in a future updates. I hope so. The big surprise for me was, even though that this phone has better specs regarding the chipset, regarding more memory, internal storage, and more RAM, this phone was 220, exactly as the M21. So the M21 was exactly the same price as the Redmi Note 8, even though this one has better specs, like 2 GB more RAM and double the storage capacity. So this is why I decided to keep the Xiaomi Redmi Note 8 Pro. Because also I'm using the Mi Band 4, so this is why this is the first time I'm using Xiaomi and the entry level of Samsung. So like the whole thing is to try it, to see how everything went. So exactly, here's the scores. The benchmark is over. Here is the Mi 21. Here's the M31, and here's the Xiaomi. As you notice, it's a very big difference. Like here, 1560. The difference between those two is very minimum. Because this one has like 6 GB of RAM. Maybe this is, yeah, I don't know, like 400, 300, 340 more points. It's nothing, man. But this one has 2500, like scored 2500. And here in the OpenGL and Vulkan, here both are almost the same. So here you can notice here that how the chipset, for example, the performance of the chipset of the phones, like this one use the Hilux, I guess. I'm not sure exactly. So if you want a better performance, go for the Xiaomi. If the performance is not very like 3D, or like the animation or stuff like that is not very important for you, you can still go for the Samsung. Now I will use another benchmark, the internal storage. Close here, close here, close. Oh, come on, man. So I will use I don't know, what was it called? Geek something? Andro. I hope I have it here. Andro Bench. This will yeah, continue. Okay. And here also the same. Andro Bench. Come on, man. Yeah, here Andro Bench. So all of them, they use the same version of Andro Bench. I will run all the benchmarks. Yes. So now they are doing the internal storage benchmark. I guess all of them, they would be the same, since all of them use the same type of internal storage, which is UFS or UFC, I forgot the name, UFS 2.1. Yes, submit. So this one was finished a lot faster. Submit, submit. Okay, so I hope that you can, I will try to zoom in. Yep. So here I'm zooming in. Here you can see 511, 490, 485, sequential write, 300, or I don't know, yeah, 300, 280, 188, Random read 109. Yeah, this one gives also better performance, even regarding the internal storage. I know it's random, so I don't know if I repeat, tap here to fill entire screen. Yes. 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 I will repeat the benchmark so we can. And all of like this phone and this phone, they have all my applications and data and everything. So I already transferred all my data to this one, the M21, and to the Xiaomi. So I used them for almost submit. So this one was faster. Submit. Yeah, same result. Sequential read 519, 462, 485. Sequential write 340, 215, 186. Yeah, man. Like the numbers, I hope maybe if I here maybe also brightness. Here also the brightness. Full brightness. So this was the next test. I don't know if I have like Antutu or something. Let's see if I have another one. I have Geek Bench 5. Run CPU benchmark. Yes. Geek Bench 5. Let's see if we have the Geek Bench 5 here. Accept. Geek. I don't have it. I will install it. So run CPU benchmark. Geekbench 5, install. So if always on screen feature is very important for you, if like a little bit of lag of the animation when you're scrolling a little bit is not important for you, then you go for the Samsung, and I would say the smarter choice is the M21, since there is no big difference in the performance, even though this one has 2 GB extra of RAM. This choice is smarter since it's 50 euros cheaper. If the LCD, if the display, if you don't care if it's an IPS LCD display, it's also very crisp, to be honest. And the battery life, you don't mind having less, 3 hours less of screen on time. Battery life, then definitely go for the Xiaomi Redmi Note Pro. Redmi 8, Note 8 Pro, I'm sorry. Redmi Note 8 Pro, exactly. This is my first time trying this phone. My first time trying this entry level of Samsung. I wanted to keep this one, but I wasn't really satisfied with that. Then I bought this one because it has more gigabytes, more RAMs, 2 gigabytes extra RAM. And I've noticed like no difference at all while paying 50 euros extra. And with this one, it had like the extra 2 gigabyte of memory of RAM, the double amount of memory, internal storage, better performance, and for the same price as this one, the M21. So this one costed 220, this one 270. So yeah, that's it, I guess. I hope for I didn't like the for the Samsung fans. I'm sorry for the Xiaomi fans. Also, I'm sorry if I like um, um, say bad things about your favorite brand. But this is my opinion. This is my experience with the phone. I've decided eventually to keep the Mi Redmi Note 8 Pro. I will keep it. I will see. Also, I hope the battery life would stay the same because I was very, very satisfied with it. The trick to do that, I will not be charging my phone all the time with the fast charger that came with the Xiaomi. It has I don't know, like 15 watt or so. I don't know. But I will be charging it with a like not with 9 volt, but with a 5 volt, an old charger, like less ampere, to maybe the battery will stay. Yeah, will last longer. Maybe I hope so. At the Samsung, you can activate and deactivate the quick charger feature. So this is the difference between both of them. Yes, the only con of the Xiaomi was like all the bulky programs that comes with it. Like at the first, you will spend a couple of hours disabling a couple of apps, and maybe some of them they have permissions on WhatsApp or Facebook pictures. You need to disable that and to customize the UI. But after that, you have the same experience as the Samsung. With the Samsung, the One UI, it's I would say it's very good. I was very satisfied with it. It's almost perfect. Um, Here I had some, as I said, connectivity issues when I connected Bluetooth. There was drop in the speed of the Wi-Fi connectivity. I hope they will fix that in the next updates. GPS here was awesome in all of those phones. These connectivity issues, I didn't have them using the Samsung. So it's up to you guys. Guys, this is my experience using all these entry level phones in 2020 sorry, um, in Germany, German phones, the German European versions of all these three phones. So I'll be waiting until the benchmark is finished, and after that we will finish the video. Um, um, I will also post the unboxing video of the Xiaomi. These two, they come only with a charging cable, only with a charging cable, nothing extra. This one comes with this cool, cheap um, um, cover, I would say, if you don't want to spend more money. Ah, did it crash here, or did I? What? Come on, man. What? What happened? In both phones, it crashed, I guess. Your compute. Come on, man. What the fuck, this app? So this one uses Android 10, as you can see here, the specs. Android 10, MediaTek Hilo G19T, and 6 cores, 2 gigabyte, 2 cores. And this one uses also Android 10, and this one uses exactly the same one. I don't know, the app is... I'm not gonna run it again, man. The fuck? Canceling. History, maybe? No. So just crashed on both phones. Yeah, I don't think it's a good benchmark application. I already did the benchmark just to give you a notice between the difference between the cores. Like if the difference was only 5%, I would say they all have the same performance, but this one was like 1000 more points. So even if the application was biased, it cannot be that biased, you know. Yeah, so that's it, guys. I hope the video was helpful. As I said, I will put links for all the three phones in the descriptions. I'm not sure if they are affiliate links. I guess I will put the affiliate links maybe. So it's up to you what you want to buy. I will stick with the Xiaomi phone. I'll keep it. I hope it will not fail me after like a while. I'll send these two back to Amazon. Sorry. And see you in the next one. Bye bye.